And welcome to another special episode of Grind.Music.Repeat, where if it ain't about music, we really can't use it. I got a special guest today. Special guest today. It's like when it comes to my friends and my brothers, he's like the last stone. Not like he was being difficult about coming up here, because he grind music and repeat every day too. Yo, my brother T.Y., yo. What's going on with you, T.Y.?
T.Y. Martyr. What's going on, people?
Oh yeah, man. So how you doing today, first of all?
I'm doing excellent. I'm on cloud 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cloud 30.
Okay, man. So on this episode of Grind Music and Repeat, we're gonna break down some of your music expertise, you know what I'm saying, how you got your start, you know what I'm saying, where you got your vibes from, what's your style, you know what I'm saying, what you like to listen to, how you like to create it. And then if you haven't noticed, we have a release yesterday. We're gonna speak about that Motel, the Masters of the English Language, streaming right now on Audio Mac and YouTube. The link is in the description. So look, T.Y., I mean, how does a T.Y. get started making music? Yeah.
Start from like hearing music much different than what I make, like R&B, like real poetic, like jazz, blues, just older, John Coltrane. Music like that, some Mary J.
Yeah.
Hearing that and then just wanting to convert it into my own style in a different genre.
Yeah.
It's pretty much how it started.
Yeah.
Hearing, mom's clean and play this and play that.
That right there.
Yeah.
That's I think that's a big thing. Like shout out to the Second and None. They down there doing their thing today. I was talking with them and it was like, yeah, what you know about that, Dre? And I was like, man, I probably knew Mary J before I knew all my ABCs, you know what I'm saying? So like it's like that coming up into the kind of music and stuff, and then finding a way to translate it, and then it's nice giving it back to the people and stuff like that. So like how you come into creating your own style, like off of like what you listen to, like off of what you gravitated to?
Like early, I say in the beginning with, like you say, translation. Like converting it into another form, my own form.
Yeah.
So I was wanting to be a poet. So I started in the early roots of like poetry.
Yeah.
Kind of like unorthodox poetry. But then it's like I wanted to be like kind of disguise it because just environmental factors of certain it being that you don't want to be a poet that's soft, so I would kind of took poetry into what I was doing. It was kind of like incognito. You couldn't really tell it was poetry, but certain pieces hit them. But I was always a poet, even through transcending through different genres. Whether trap, whether whatever it would always be an element of poetry in it.
Yeah, cause like that's a big piece of me, like as far as just writing in general. Like they sometimes like where I write about, I'll just be writing something like just the expression of the thought,
right.
So and then sometimes it'll rhyme, sometimes it won't, So I would get to that with saying like as far as like a writing process. Like what's your thoughts when it come into the writing of it, just like where the poet come from the poetry side of it?
It's like how I feel it versus how I can say it, and then finding the perfect mesh, like where they meet in the middle. Because sometimes like how I feel it ain't exactly how I say it, and how I say it ain't exactly how I feel it. So it's like trying to get that perfect harmony of where they can coincide and work together. And then that's how I build it. Like it's just like, oh no, I don't like the way that I feel it this way, and I want to say it. I want to say it as close to how I feel it. You know what I'm saying? I want to say it as close to, so it's factual.
Yeah. I respect that. Like keeping that truth in there,
right.
Being all the way real with it. So like you got this this record To the Guys streaming right now on YouTube, where it's like you speak about something to a standpoint of like they something that we can build from this, and I'm not just pointing out a problem without having a solution.
Right.
That's something that you always try to bring into what you create, like there are a lot of stuff where we'll think about like, dang, that's just the way it is, rather than just thinking about like how can we help this be better, like fixing this problem. So like, is that something like at the root of all your music?
Yeah, most. I could say like before. It's been times when it wasn't. Like I just like to bring it around full circle. Not just music, but life in general. It's so much time that we spend with worrying about the problems. If we already acknowledge what the problem is, we can go ahead and have time to focus on the solution. So if we spend 30 minutes worrying about the problem, we could have just acknowledged that in the first minute, and then we got 29 minutes or so. You just think about different solutions, and because thoughts come and go. So yeah, I like to, if I do bring something in that sounds like it's a problem or something, or whatever it might be on a record, yeah, I do like to, if it's 2 verses, the first one be that, and I like to kind of bring it around, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like as far as like with you and like, because I mean me personally, you know, I want to show it to the world too. Like I know a couple different kind of personalities within TY. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple different variants. You know what I'm saying? Like so I know like them. You know, I done shook hands with them, yo. I done shared laughs with them guys, you know. So like, as far as like if it's me, like HoodRock TV or Draquan or Dre the Great, like how do you continuously put all of that together without like sacrificing those pieces that's vital to you?
Sometimes it might not be all together. You know, it might be a certain record where this is T.Y. Martyr or something like that, you know, or even certain other identities, you know what I'm saying? I ain't found yet that you done made, like, oh, this is somebody else. Like, who was that on that one? And then it's about figuring out, we got to identify him, we got to label him. What did he do? What's in the rest of his category? Because within that discography, certain pieces that's T.Y. Martyr, certain pieces that's T.Y. Killer, certain pieces that's more interpersonal. That might be Tyrell on that record, you know, like, you know, the same in your art where, you know, it's just different pieces. And sometimes they might be on the same piece. They might be together. You know?
I definitely see that, because it's a certain kind of thing as far as like as we traverse in this world where there's certain pieces of us that handle certain kind of problems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a business kind of thing, I'm gonna put Draquan in there, or we could get Mr. Dre or Mr. Peterson to handle that. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's how I think about that, and that's where I was thinking of coming with that question. So like you was like okay, there go the question. Would you consider yourself more of an artist or storyteller, or if you could find some kind of in between, what would you call that?
I say an artist. That's more the broad spectrum, because we're not like limited to a genre or a vibe or even an art form. Musically, you know, I may paint on the side also. I might do some poetry, you know, I might build something, you know what I'm saying? So just artistry, different ways to convey feelings, convey emotions, convey thoughts. You know, so I think like we artists in every sense of the word, you know, like we artists.
Okay. So like when it come to you and your compositions, like what you create, you know, as far as like a beat selection process, like you are very expansive. Like I noticed that you got a lot of boom boom bap, you know, and then they times where you just come in there with that bounce, you know, and I think your rhythm is like it's almost chaotic, but at the same time, it's almost like just disciplined to a certain level that it really there ain't nothing that could mess with it. Like your composure on these records is amazing. So like, how do you choose between beats like that?
At the moment, I kind of let it choose me, honestly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I play through them. If I got a playlist, if I got, you know, some in my arsenal. It might be some beats that I might play today. I don't feel nothing off of them. And then next week or something I play it, and then a whole song just, boom, just fall into my lap. And it's just like, it just depends on the moment. My preference is probably boom bap. You know, just that 90s essence. Because I like true MCing. You know, so I like true MCing. So that'd be my preference, is probably that. But the other stuff, I can pretty much move on anything.
Mm-hmm.
It just gotta just choose me at the right time. And if it choose me and I choose it at the same time, then we rock. It happened.
Yeah. Yeah, you say true MCs. Like I like how you mentioned that. So who is some true MCs that kind of influenced you on your journey, on your path?
I gotta say, Rakim,
Mm-hmm.
the God MC, he
Yeah.
invented the rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
I say this often. It used to be I was walking down the street
Mm-hmm.
looking at my feet, and it
Mm-hmm.
was just one syllable rhyming.
Yeah.
And then Rakim brought in the rhyme as we know it today.
Yeah.
Just rhyming multiple words in a sentence. That's your Eminems, your Jay-Z's, that's your trap rappers
Mm-hmm.
and mumble rappers
Yeah.
sometimes. He reinvented just the game as we know it
Mm-hmm.
when he came with the multi-syllabic.
Yeah.
So Rakim would be probably number one for just innovating,
Mm-hmm.
innovation, making something different that's stuck now for decades.
Yeah. So as far as like your creative side, like where do that get influence from? Like cause like you have like a certain kind of imagery in your words, like you know what I'm saying. Shout out to the independent artists over here. We breaking down like just the thought of like the creation when you writing something and bringing your writing to life. So like your imagery, where do your creation get inspired from that?
If I don't feel it, I throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
Like straight, like if I don't feel it,
Yeah.
and if I don't feel a certain feeling whenever I recite it, like if I write it, there's the initial feeling.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't feel it the same way whenever I write it, if it's something real personal to me,
Yeah.
I want that to be hard to deliver to the microphone. I like the challenge of I got to re-record this 60 times.
Yeah.
I might have got too emotional when I was recording this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me master it. Let me get it.
Yeah.
Inspiration come from I say like artists that are really, really got emotional music, passionate music,
Yeah.
even though it's not hip hop. Amy Winehouse
Yeah.
is
God bless
a
the
great
dead.
one, and I just converted into a hip hop formation,
Yeah.
like the same type of personal,
Mm-hmm.
but I might clean it. I might clean it a little bit, or they might get it raw.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is, they might just get it how it is.
Like Future say, dress it up and make it real.
Right.
I didn't even know what that meant, and that's what
Yeah, that's what it
said.
is. That's what it is.
Whatever that means, like yeah, that right there. So like the way that you like even like let's say like what's one of them joints, shadow work. Like how do we get that? Like, just from the name and everything that encompasses that right there. How do we get something like that?
Shadow work
Yeah.
is the contrast between the dark and the light.
Mhm.
And the idea with shadow work was that the shadow is always around us, always behind us,
Mhm.
whether we see it, whether we don't.
Yeah.
That's the parts of us that we run, that we hide from,
Mhm.
or that hide from us.
Yeah.
So when we bring them to the light, we can see them
Yeah.
and we can address them.
Yeah.
And the work is that's implied. That's working on it.
Yeah.
It's working on that shadow, the dark parts,
Mhm.
bringing some light to them.
Yeah.
So that shadow disappear, and then you unify with just yourself.
Yeah.
You're not against the shadow,
Mhm.
but you can bring parts from the shadow,
Yeah.
use them, convert them.
Mhm.
That was a real dark time when I made shadow work,
Mhm.
and that's one of my favorite projects. That's got a whole lot of light on it.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of life in it. It's got a
Yeah.
whole lot of light. Goosebumps. I just think
Yeah.
about it. I just
So,
think about it.
Yeah, I see that like positivity, like it reigns supreme in your life. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain times where like I not like I feel it's a thought, and then based upon certain levels of logic, it kind of become real to me. Like you feel like being positive is not for the weak.
Say that statement. Say that question again.
Like do you feel like being positive is not for the weak? Like it's like you gotta be. Do you feel like you gotta be tougher to be negative, or is it tougher to be always positive?
I think that being positive ain't for the weak, but I think it should be for the weak more than the strong, because the strong already got it. The weak need something.
Yeah,
The weak need something extra. They need that positivity
Yeah.
that the strong already got.
yeah,
So if I'm a strong person, I might not even need all the positivity today.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because I got it. I got it within already,
Mm-hmm.
regardless. You don't need extra reinforcement. Yeah, I don't think being strong is for the weak, but I think it should be more for the weak than the
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you.
Yeah.
Get there right there. I get you on there right there. I get you on there. So like as far as like staying positive and dealing with negativity, like in your music kind of game, you know what I'm saying, repertoire, your music bag, like is there any challenges that you seen yourself faced with that you had to overcome?
Um, yeah, like musically, when I'm
Yeah.
recording a certain thing,
Mm-hmm.
if this is a real aggressive verse,
Yeah.
right? So you know that piece whenever you're going through, you're trying to punch, you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to whatever, you're trying to add different,
Mm-hmm.
elements. You're trying to,
Yeah.
oh, I ain't like the way I sounded right there. So if this is an aggressive verse and I'm on take 100,
Yeah.
I let that frustration from that take
Mm-hmm.
actually go into the good take I keep.
Yeah.
So if I'm on like 100, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it kind of propel you into
right.
that. Yeah.
And then they can't even tell. Like, that's really frustration from recording
Yeah.
and botching it,
Yeah.
bombing it, messing it up. It come out, it make the record great because, oh, he's really feeling the emotion in this. It's not.
Yeah.
It's an illusion.
Yeah. Yeah, so shout out to the independent artists that's still out there rocking. So like with the mixing aspect, like what's something without giving up your secrets, of course, like what's something like mixing and mastering like where it's like a little tip that you could help somebody with?
um, just like a lot of other things, you don't want to do it in just one place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you got a business, if you got anything else, you want to move it different locations.
Mm-hmm.
I say, without giving up too much.
Yeah.
I say, mixing, you want to do it in different places.
Mm-hmm.
If you got it in your monitors, you want to also hear it in your car.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear it in your beats. You want to hear it in this pair of headphones. You want to hear it in that. You want to hear it out loud. You want to hear it inside. You want to hear it in different places. You want to test it instead of just going with, yeah, that's good out loud on my computer, so I'm gonna walk away from it. I'm finished. You can't never really be finished with learning.
Yeah.
And there's no textbook way to mix. I might mix something.
Mm-hmm.
It's clean. It's clear. It's loud enough. It's good. You might mix the same record a different way. It's clean. It's clear. It's loud enough. It's good. It's different paths to the same destination.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. You're a well distinguished gentleman, man. I might would say a master of the English language.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yo, welcome to the motel where we got a lot of love for the wholesale. Okay, so look, so tell me something about that process, like from your point of view, like as far as like an overall of the motel before we break down some of our favorite sessions on that.
The motel, the acronym itself, Masters of the English Language.
Yeah.
It's about converting something. You can say something and it resonate with somebody, and say somebody the same thing and it resonate with them differently.
Yeah.
Talking to multiple people in the same way at the same time, and they hear what they hear from it. That's the way I summarize
Yeah.
my view of what the motel is. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. It's effort. It's a lot of correction. It's a lot of maintenance on that motel.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm talking about like we had so many like life conversations over like through the making of this right here, that like the wrecking ball mentality, like where we only need the crane to put the elevator in, or the closer you look the less you see, you know what I'm saying, like they just been so many sayings, so many thoughts, so many things that I still use to this day, like to help me get through my situations, you know what I'm saying? Or when I'm on that grill and they 87 tickets up there, I'm gonna keep going. Okay, I'm gonna cut this studio on. We're gonna get these tickets out of here. I'm gonna command the troops, you know what I'm saying? Turn it to the general. So it's like that motivation from that motel. I really think that's what the M stand for too, man. Motivation, like that right there. And then just even the process, this dude was patient with me, y'all. I was chasing perfection, and I really wasn't trying to take nothing else but that. And he just kind of he didn't. I wouldn't say temper me or nothing. It was more like, yeah, Dre, we can get there on that. So like I thank you for being patient with this journey right here. It took us some time, y'all, but the love that we made out of this music right here is timeless, and I feel like this can live on through maybe longer than us. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we wanted to create it. Streaming on Audio Mac and YouTube right now. So, what's one of your favorite records out there? I remember. Let me tell y'all, we had we was doing the install on this. We was doing the track list, and then it was something like I just knew. I don't know. I'm not no agent of chaos, but I know sometimes when I ask a crazy question, what's the implications of it. So I said, "Yo, Ty, so what's your top 5?" He said, "Hold up. Don't do that to me. Don't put that on me like that." So like
me versus me.
yeah, because you would pick like, yeah, man, I like Outer Space. I like that 1967. You like, hold up, nah, I'm leaving out something. Dang, got to start over again. So like, what's one of your favorite songs out there,
I'll say
man?
one of them. I still can't give you a top 5.
Okay.
They interchangeable.
Yeah.
But Pyramids.
Yeah.
Pyramids is I probably say I don't want to say number 1, but I ain't gonna get back into that again about the debate. But I think Pyramids is one of them. It's real special. It's that's one of them for me.
Yeah.
My hypothetical number 1 probably Pyramids if I had to choose one.
Dang, that's crazy. So what make you choose Pyramids though?
The time, just the whole body of work. We came from just a sound, and you had the vision. You had the vision for that one.
Nah, you asked me. You said, "Yo, Dre, man, if you was gonna rap on something, man, you was gonna pick a beat from somewhere. What would you be? No. You said, what's a beat you always been wanting to rap on, Dre?" And I'm like, "Yo, you asking me about my dreams?" And then, shoot, just opened the door to my mind, and that was just so much. Oh, look at that up there. Look at that over there too. Oh, look at that right there. And then just like how we created that off of the little bit of what we had,
Couple
and
seconds.
then and then just transform that into a whole nother vibe. And then we had another name for it. Then we made another name for it. We even had a song that we was gonna make another song, and then nah, Dre, that sound good up there. So okay, yeah, hold on. Let me ask you about that ear though. Like how you could just hear something on something and then it sound better on something else. Do that kind of create a conflict, or is that like where the natural sound kind of want to go? That I interject you.
It's in like verses.
Yeah.
I say like if I got a slower verse, if it's like let's say 86 BPM, like beats per minute on this instrumental, and it's a different vibe I want for it, more of a bounce.
Yeah.
I might want to pick that up to 90 beats per minute. You know, so this beat right here's got more. It's about the instrumentation, really. You know what I'm saying? Like when it come down to it, which beat is more big, because sometimes your words need to be shown in a bigger space. Like this beat might be more like minimum, and this one over here might be a bigger sound. You know what I'm saying? So or the sound is too big for this verse. You know, just choosing just what feels right and running it through some trusted ears. You know what I'm saying? Like running it through some trusted ears.
Yeah. Okay. And then so like when we make a track like God's Image, like I don't know, like it was like it kind of turned into like like it felt like a battle rap round. You know what I'm saying? Like who one of your favorite battlers, yeah?
Tay Rock.
Yeah.
Got a couple. K-Shine. Loaded Lux.
Yeah.
That's probably my top 3. That's top 3.
I shout out Bo Bangs and go with that Mr. Daylight. Yeah, man. So like, cause like on that God's Image track, man, it's like, yo, the way you did that, it was like, dang, how can somebody else, you know, how you gonna win that? How you gonna go into that next round, Trey? And I just walked into it like not fearful of anything, and then just knowing that like that level, that bar just got raised up. Like that kind of thing, like that, man. And I think like all of us do, like where how we push each other and stuff like that propel us to more greatness than what we already had, because we not just understand everything where we at. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like Coach T. Will was talking about standards and not starters, because that's what got us here. So like when you raise that standard up, and then we keep doing it again, and then it's like a level of expectation, you
Right.
know. And I just think you like it's crazy like how we just really went back and forth up there. Shout out to the Zini, and shout out to Mr. Malcolm Jamal on that Room 1967, and Zini on that Outer Space. 2-3. Hey, we looking for you, man. We're gonna have to get you on the next one, yo. We're gonna have to see what kind of room you'll create, yo. I think like with the whole like the motel thing, I love how we actually applied that as far as like creating songs, and then it could get a room. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, and then just the thought of like the further you go into the room, the bigger the room gets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So
it looks small from the outside.
yeah, yep. It's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Now, I like how we built that, man. So, like, if it's a song where somebody trying to grind out of their situation, you know what I'm saying? Grind music and repeat every day of the week. What's a song you would give them? What you would recommend them off of the motel?
It depends on which grind they really in.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you saying they in a 9 to 5 grind,
Mhm.
or they
Yeah.
in a, I give them a next level.
Mm-hmm.
I give them next level.
Yeah, that's tough right there, man. That one right there. When I seen that one, you was like, "How you know what I'm doing?" I said, "Man, I know what it say, but it said draft. But my name Dre, DRA. So I seen DRA and FC. I said, Dre feature.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that's what you want me to do. Let's go. We take it to the next level, man." And then so like as far as like balancing out your music, like getting everything sequenced or stuff like that, what's how do you do that, like other than on the motel? Like how do you sequence things like that? I think we got to the closest sequence that we could as far as like
Right.
the continuity of it. How do you do that?
I sequence. Well, we talked about shadow work earlier. That was the only one I didn't have to sequence, because I wrote that one and recorded that one in the order that I wanted to end.
That's crazy.
So I knew, okay, so I got 12 tracks.
Yeah.
Every single one of them was written, like, it was designed with the next one in mind. Like, you know, to be concise, you know, to follow a story.
Yeah.
But for other ones, when, like the records, you know, just come more sporadic,
Yeah.
if they work off of a vibe or something like that, it's got to go sonically with what sounds good, and it's got to be what's practical and what makes sense with the sequence.
Yeah.
So that might be number 3 moving down to number 7, because it sounds better in between these two. It sounds better in between these than it would here.
Yeah.
And then going back again, making sure, okay, so how does it look on paper?
Yeah.
How does it feel? How does it sound? And if it check all 3 of them boxes, then we in.
Yeah. So do you think like, I mean, you really did that? Like you recorded them songs like back to back, and then that's how they was. You didn't have to change that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was
man.
like dreams, and then after it was reality, and then like each one was designed like that.
That's crazy because like number one, language arts. I think that's the one I would give them if they trying to get through something. But that's the first record we did, and then is that why you asked me to put that number one?
That was number 1. That was a start.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
To see certain things, like it's kind of like Easter eggs or something. Like, you know, it's hidden little things.
Yeah.
Certain stuff, you know, from building this body of work that me and you know, but they might not know.
Yeah.
You know, number 1, language arts. That was the first piece that we did for it. You know, when we were building it, so it just felt natural. You know, organic. Let's just put it. Boom, number 1.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. I like the whole aspect of like how we could speak on our situations, and like how we find solutions for our situations, and like, okay, this is a footnote for anybody that step into this process again, like, oh, hey, you know, like the writing on the wall, like, yeah, this happened and I was here, and then this is how I got up out of here, like that kind of situation. And I think like, man, that was like a 3 o'clock in the morning record.
Yeah.
That was the first record we made at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, I don't know, like that man, just the whole process. Like sometimes there was a couple days where I was up from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock in the morning, like just locked in on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then just creating that time to for whatever we needed to exist, and then how we make it happen, man. So I thank you on that process right there, man. So shoot, man, if you could let them, give them a reason why they should check out the motel, man, what would your reason be?
It's different. The motel is different. You can, with certain bodies of work, you can feel the time that goes into it. I got this way of thinking that if somebody took 20 seconds to create a song, that's about how much time that I'm gonna spend listening to it. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So you can tell, you can feel the difference when somebody put soul into it, when they put heart into it. They might not even tell you they're going through whatever. Sometimes it's a vibration. You can feel it. The motel is made to resonate. It's universal music.
Yeah.
You know, if you listen to whatever, if you listen to some R&B, some pop, might be some sampling to catch your ear.
Yeah.
Listen to some trap, okay, this certain cadence right here gonna catch your ear. Listen to the conscious, the boom bap.
Yeah.
We got that in the background right here. This is in the beat, boom bap element. Yeah. It's a lot to it. So there's a lot of different reasons I say listen. There's a lot of reasons why I listen to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And I wanna say special shout out to the good man too, because that sample y'all had hooked up, and then like with the initial of that record, I just was like, yo, oh, you got a verse? I put it together for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all was like, well, shoot, Dre, why don't you jump up there like that? And I was like, and then it took me some time because I was like, yo, these cats done killed this record already. And then like, they gonna want me to go first? Like, so I had to be it to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that right there, special shout out to the good man. Like that's a good brother right there. And just that's his expertise on what he created, how he did it. You know what I'm saying? How it done slipped across them kind of, you know what I'm saying, across them waves and stuff like that, tucked in, they ain't even know about it. Like that kind of thing like that right there, man. So I shout out to him for that right there, man. So, okay, we pushing on this motel, you know, but at the same time, TY, you know, it's a what have you done lately kind of world, you know.
Yeah.
So what else we got coming out with the TY?
I say like what I done lately, just in that creation, in the last like 24 hours before it released, we still was working on it.
Yeah.
That's the thing they don't know. We worked on it for 2 years, all the way down to the last minute.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm about to be home. I'm mixing this.
Yeah.
Last one. If I can get it in, I'm gonna send it in.
Yeah.
Them last 48 and 28.
Yeah.
That was that. Yeah. Dre, can I get 12 more bars for this?
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. I got it right. I'm about to go ahead and do it.
Nigga came with 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's up? What's next coming up with the TY? What we got going on?
It's crazy, really. I got some like pop punk records in the cut.
Okay.
I got Unconscious Rap 2.
Okay. Yeah.
To the Guys 2.
To the Guys too.
We got Guys of War.
Guys of War.
With
Shout
Zini.
out to the Zini.
Yeah.
Woo.
That's coming. We got a they ain't talking.
Okay.
I can't say that about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a lot.
Yeah.
We got a lot. I got 2 albums in the tuck, 2.5 in the tuck, 2 EPs, and another one in another genre. We got a lot.
Yeah. And one more thing before we shoot them some love and get up out of here. Yeah, do you feel like when you release music, it kind of get a weight off of you?
Yes.
And then your pen work different?
Yes.
I think it did. I think it did for me, man. Cause like the way when we finalized this right here, and then it's like, dang, I'm that right there is there, and then I could get to this over here. Oh man, cause you know the streets need music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that right there, that helped me get to that a little bit more. And I thank you for your time, bruh. I thank you for your positivity. You know what I'm saying? All of the respect in the world go out to you, bruh. I love you. There's some people you want to shoot some love to before we get out here. Go ahead, shoot it to them.
Oh, definitely. Starting off of just the motel. We got a lot of pieces pulled together. We got a lot of pieces pulled in. 1967 is too important. Elephant in the Room,
Yeah.
Elements,
Yeah.
Malcolm Jamal, A. Goodman.
Yeah.
Y'all's pieces vital for the landscape, laying that,
Yeah.
chopping that crazy Smokey Robinson sample up.
Yeah.
Goodman, hey, the inspiration is still out there. You got more of them in you.
Yeah.
Malcolm Jamal, that verse, you got more of them in you. That inspiration.
Yeah.
Listen to 1967. Just look at what you did. Look at what you made. You got more.
Yeah. Okay. That's nice right there, man. That's love. Yeah, I want to say shout out to Miss Tamika in here. You know what I'm saying? Holding this down again. I want to say shout out to the whole network. I really want to give a big shout out to the hot girl Koya for how she done took care of my mama Shelly Shell with that lovely episode that dropped last night. The hotness with the hot girl. Okay, and then that's right there. That just to see like that different kind of level of Shelly Shell, like, cause she always inspired me. She always pushed me, and she'll drive me to be doing great things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's great to see that she's sharing that with the world too, and that thing right there. And then a lot of people see like, yeah, you know, you look just like your mama. Oh, you know what? I can see where you get it from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank them right there for putting that together. And she said she want a follow up too, hot girl. She working on her winter edition. So go ahead and send it on through there, man. Shout out to the Second and None. We're gonna see if we can get some chicken wings. They got some barbecue chicken. They got barbecue ribs. I think they frying some ribs too. Yeah, got a nice amount of size over there. Get you some of that down the street, 411 Van Street. And I want to thank y'all for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Keep on rocking with us on that motel. It's very impactful. They some songs up there, man. We got a whole lot of love coming across a lot of platforms, and I want to thank y'all for that. And stay tuned, and you're welcome. And we're gonna keep on rocking, grind music and repeat every day of the week. I thank y'all, and we out.